Welcome to Die Hard. Let's take two. Welcome to Die Hard. What's up, guys? Welcome to Die Hard. You get 3 intros. I don't want Mike to edit that at all. What's up? What's up, kiddos? What's up, Die Hards? What's up, Ride or Dies? I've been hanging out with Chris Bowers and my buddy Kayvon in Tulsa. I'm all punny, you know. I'm very pun heavy this week. My buddy Andrew, Nikki's boyfriend, they all love puns. I hung out with all 3 of them this weekend, so I'm all up in the word game, getting some puns. I'm like Mike Kaplan. Good to be back in studio. Very excited to be here. We are joined today, listeners, with my boy. You know him. I know him. We all love him. Ari Azizian. Thanks for being here, brother.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah. So my buddy who was with me all weekend, he worked with me at the Looney Bin in Tulsa when I was there for the whole weekend. His name's Kayvon. And then this weekend, he was on some of the shows that I was on in Oklahoma and then was on the Tulsa show on Sunday. This weekend, I was in Oklahoma the whole time. And he's a Persian guy. And he, brought his dad, who loved the show.
Nice.
Brought his grandmother and his mother, who...
Wow.
They thought I was a nice boy. But I don't think they were crazy about my comedy, but I think that they were. But man, a Persian family is like the sweetest thing.
Is it?
In the world.
Mm.
Well, yeah. I like any family. I like any family that is any family dynamic, if that makes sense.
Must
So
be nice.
when I see Mexican families, I'm like,
Yeah.
When you see a Persian family, like, there's a female comic who's Russian, and she's like, yeah, she sent me a photo of her family, a video from her family, and I was like, oh, they're all together.
Yeah.
As white trash, I don't know about a family being together.
We played you were headlining the bar 3 houses down from my house, and I asked my parents to come, and they're like, it's too far. I'm like, are you fucking kidding?
Well, a lot of the stereotypes I find funny of your culture, too. It's like, oh, you're Persian? Does your mom also belittle you constantly?
Yeah.
Does your mom love you to death but constantly question everything you do? Does your family, tease you and make you feel terrible while also getting mad if you moved out at age 38? There's so many funny things about the family. But I thought of you immediately because Nikki's last name is Haderdi, and then Kayvon's last name, I'm not even going to attempt to pronounce it. It's like Radadadid. I want to give him a shout out because he's a comedian, and I want you guys to follow all my comedian friends, but I don't know how to say his fucking name. In fact, I got a huge laugh every time I got on stage because I was like, give it up for Bowers and Kayvon Radadadid is Diki-Doo. just intentionally botch it. But he's a really great guy. When his grandmother and his mother and his dad came into the green room, they were so aggressive about being, or not aggressive. They were so persistent about being like, you've got to come over and eat. You got to come over and have dinner at the house. And I was just like, I would love to.
Yeah.
But it was just like, my mom would never do that.
Yeah.
If I told my mom, even as a kid or now, hey, I invited Ari over for dinner, she'd be like, what? No, you can't have anyone over. What are you taught? They'll see the mess in the house.
Yeah.
We'll have to order pizza because I can't cook.
The fake nice. Yeah. The Persians do. They come over, but then you'll never go over.
Really?
No.
Oh, because I told them.
It goes back to that. They don't want the house to be all messy. You got to take your shoes off outside. It's all
I
bullshit.
told them I'm taking them up on it.
Yeah. You should just show up.
That pisses me off.
Leave your shoes on.
I told them next time I'm coming to town, I'm going to take you up on this because I shouldn't even say as a comedian. When you're Jeff Dye, you don't get a lot of home-cooked meals. That's all.
Aww.
That's why Shoshana's the best. She'll make me this food that I can heat up and eat at my house, and it feels like home-cooked.
Right.
But I probably have 4 home-cooked meals a year. Man. So I told him, when someone offers me a home-cooked meal, I'm going to
jump on
I'm going to take you up on it. But Oklahoma City was so stinking fun.
Hell yeah.
The city's great. It's one thing you might not know about Oklahoma City. It's home of the shitty museum. If there's a shitty museum that probably shouldn't exist, it's in Oklahoma City. Let me give you some examples. These are real museums. A banjo museum.
Nice.
Just one instrument has a whole museum. The Pigeon Museum.
Real nice.
A museum dedicated to the most nomadic bird that's ever existed.
Wow.
Yeah, it's like pigeons aren't exclusive to Oklahoma City. Why is it there? Pigeons are on every continent. They're useless. And they bring out pigeons to go, hey, you want to get a good look at one?
That's great.
What do they bring out pet pigeons that have been enslaved in the Pigeon Museum? Stupid museum. The Museum of Women Aviation. Women pilots? What is that, one room? What are we doing?
Back to the Pigeon Museum.
What are we Yeah, you've already got the Pigeon Museum. Now you got women in flight. I can't imagine that there's a museum for even aviation. Like, do we care that much about pilots? We know the Wright brothers, and we can't name any other ones until Sully, when he killed that bird and had to land the plane on the Hudson River.
Oh, tied it in.
Yeah, and then now, yeah, exactly. I think he killed some gooses. I don't think they were pigeons. But anyways, those are the only pilots we know. And then that drunk one that Denzel Washington played.
That's right.
That's it. And they have a museum for aviation, but it isn't even those pilots that I just named. It's just women.
The one that got lost?
I guess Amelia Earhart. Yeah, we know her, but we only know her because she was the first woman, not because she was a good pilot. Clearly, drinking all this. I think she was doing the Denzel, and she got lost or some shit. So now they have a women's aviation museum. Absolutely ridiculous. And then the big one, which I don't think is a bad museum, is the Oklahoma City bombing memorial, the Timothy McVeigh tragedy of an act of domestic terrorism. Timothy McVeigh got radicalized because of Waco, and then he decided to blow up a building in Oklahoma City.
Oh, they made a museum on the building that the FBI bombed and covered it up with a guy?
Well, you could say that.
That's nice.
I don't know. That's Ari talking.
Oh,
If you're just listening to us, our friends at Apple and Spotify.
Sorry.
And that was Ari Azizian saying that, not Jeff Dye. But one thing I did find funny, if we're going to be insensitive, is that I kept calling it the Timothy McVeigh Memorial. I was like, I checked out the Timothy McVeigh Memorial. They're like, that's not what it's called. It's funny, like, because when you do go to the museum, it just looks like it's glorifying his work.
Really?
Yes. I mean, think about it. It's literally like going like, here's where he rented the U-Haul.
Yeah.
And then here's where he parked it. And then here's what he was doing. He was in this home, like coming up. Here's a video of him at Waco being interviewed by the press. It's almost like they just glamorized.
Wow, one guy did all this.
Yes.
The Clintons had nothing to do with this.
Yes. So it was sad. And our hearts go out to the people that were affected, all those little kids and everything. It's very sad. But also the museum was a little too heavy, a little too serious. Like, I'm not good in those settings. When I was in Germany, they kept taking me these like Holocaust things, like Dachau and all these like bad things, Auschwitz. And I was able to keep it together for like the first one. That's a lot of Jeff being serious. I think I deserve a lot of credit. But by the second one, I'm all out of tears. I need to be silly. I want to be in a state of play. If you know me well enough, I'm in a kind of a constant state of play. If I'm not being guarded because I'm getting yelled at by Ron Funches on Twitter, But like when I'm in my natural state, I'm like, I want to have fun and play. And so it was very hard for me to be mature at the Holocaust Museum. Or at the concentration camps. And so then when Carol Leifer's like, hey, Jeff, are you ready to go? We're going to the 8th, gas chamber of our trip in Germany. I go, I can't do it anymore. I'm all out. You go, I'll stay at the pool with all the cameramen and all my friends from this show and, get me a snow globe or something from the gift shop. I can't do it anymore. I can only be serious for so long. And that's how it felt at the Oklahoma City bombing memorial. It was like, it was just so serious. I started the shows in Oklahoma City by going, Yes, I get it, Oklahoma. You had a terrible tragedy. You united. The city was now together, and then you stole the Supersonics. I get it. Which actually went over pretty well. What didn't go over pretty well is I wore an Oklahoma State baseball jersey in Oklahoma.
Why would that?
Oklahoma City. Because I guess that's the rival school. Like, if you're in Oklahoma City, you're supposed to wear Oklahoma. And I was wearing an Oklahoma State jersey. I don't know any of these things. I don't know. Actually, I was warned, but I was like, who gives a shit? Like,
right.
So I'll tell you we'll take a little walk down a baseball lane, which my audience has learned that I love to go on baseball tangents. There is a Major League Baseball player. He's retired now. but he played for the Chicago White Sox. He played for the New York Mets, and then he played for the Dodgers for like his final 2 old guy seasons, when you're like at the end of your career, old for baseball. Then, after he retired, he managed the Chicago White Sox for a little while. His name is Robin Ventura. He is famous for so many different things. One of his biggest claims to fame is that he was the greatest college baseball player to ever live. Now, I'm not just saying that. Look him up statistically. He's Barry Bonds of college baseball. He's Ken Griffey Jr. of college baseball. He won the Golden Spikes Award, wow. and he played at Oklahoma State. So I've become, out of like my baseball fandom and little fangirling over all these baseball players I get to meet, I've become friends with Robin Ventura over the years, and he came to my show in Oklahoma City because that's where he lives, and he gave me his Oklahoma State jersey. So that's why I was wearing it. Wow. I was wearing it because Robin Ventura's there, and I love Robin Ventura, and it's his jersey, so I was super proud of it. The way I met Robin Ventura was I was doing a celebrity golf tournament in Arizona, I don't know, probably a decade ago, and there was all these baseball players there, and it was so cool. And when I heard Robin Ventura was there, I was like, Drew, who's the guy who runs the thing. Maybe it was Peter. I don't know if it's Peter or Drew, but shout out to the Fat Scooter guys. They were like, oh, you want to meet him? I go, yes! I go, bring me over to Robin Ventura. So I went over and I just started like just going, dude, you're the fucking man. I'm so excited. And because it was all guys, and it was at a steakhouse, and it was like this corporate event, and everyone was like, we heard this comedian like goes hard. I leaned into being like the edgy guy. I went so racial. I went so inappropriate. I went so sexist. I went full Republican, like in the paint, and crushed, like... Even before I was kind of doing this type of comedy, like I did it that night for sure. And so anyways, all these baseball guys were like, that was awesome. That was fun. And me and Robin Ventura became friends, and we've kept in touch over the years. And anytime I'm doing a show, one time he saw me in Kansas City, one time he saw me in Oklahoma City. So it's cool to have him at the show. And he gave me like all this great baseball memorabilia. Now, Mike, are you listening to this and asking to yourself, when is Jeff going to mention Robin Ventura getting hit by Nolan Ryan? A little bit, yeah. So when I started down this path, I don't think Ari's really aware of Robin Ventura. But as like a baseball fan, when I said Robin Ventura has had many things, but what he's most famous for, and I said that he's the greatest college base, what he's really most famous for, unfortunately, that he's most famous for, because what we should remember him for is all these other great things. He has more Grand Slams than Willie Mays. He has more Grand Slams than Mickey Mantle. I mean, the dude is a legend. But what he's most known for is a little evening game in Texas, I believe, in 1992. The Chicago White Sox are playing the Texas Rangers, and a 42-year-old Nolan Ryan is on the mound. And Nolan Ryan is in his last years, and he's this old Texan. And not to mention, Nolan Ryan is one of the greatest baseball players to ever live. I would argue the greatest pitcher, which there's some wiggle room on maybe Cy Young or Randy Johnson or something, or Greg Maddux. But I believe Nolan Ryan is the greatest pitcher to ever live. So there's some shenanigans going on between the two teams, and one of the players who based on my memory, I could be wrong, was Ozzie Guillen, who said the next person who gets hit by a pitch charges the mound. I don't care who it is. If it's Joey Cora, you charge the mound. Well, Robin Ventura happened to be the next player that got plunked by Nolan Ryan. And Robin Ventura, young stud, it's 92, which means he's only been in the league for 2 seasons. And when you see him get plunked, this is Robin Ventura talking, this is a quote. He goes, I didn't want to charge Nolan Ryan. If you watch the video, which is on YouTube, I actually take a little lap. Like I turn my back and like take like a little lap. Like I guess I've got to go charge Nolan Ryan. He runs to the mound. Everyone in the audience, including me, whatever grade I was, because I watched it. I didn't watch the game live, but it was so famous that I watched it over and over being replayed on sports channels. You think Robin Ventura is going to beat the shit out of Nolan Ryan? Because Robin Ventura is tall, he's strong, he's young, and Nolan Ryan's 42 and pitching like he's balding. Not. He doesn't have abs. Yeah, he's bald, and Sorry, Robin. You know this. You know it as well as anybody. You lived it. Nolan Ryan beat the shit out of Nolan Ryan, or out of Robin Ventura. Nolan Ryan beat the shit out of Robin Ventura. He grabs him like a cattle because he's a ranch hand. You know, like Nolan Ryan actually wrestles like baby calves to this day. And he grabs Robin Ventura and starts punching him in the top of the head over and over before Pudge Rodriguez and before any of the other, Frank Thomas, before anyone can come out and try to break it up or
That's
get
amazing.
whatever. He just beats the crap out of Robin Ventura. So they break up the scuffle. Robin Ventura is humiliated and will have to live with this the rest of his life, unfortunately, even to this day. And they eject Robin Ventura, but not Nolan Ryan. Because he was so respected. But Nolan Ryan hit Robin. Robin just went because he had to. I'm going to find the YouTube video right now. Put in Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura. It'll be the first thing that comes up. This is, there it is. All right, here we go.
Here's Ventura, RBI single in the first. Watch out.
See that little lap?
Look at this.
Boom, 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 boom. I mean, he's just still getting them in.
Oh, my gosh. Little brother.
All right. Now, these things happen, right? You've heard me on this podcast talk about it, and if you haven't, you can Google these, but Tim Anderson got punched so hard that he became bad at baseball. Jose Bautista got punched so hard that he got bad at baseball. Robin Ventura, was luckily had a great career.
Nice.
After this and before this. It's not a big thing that we should talk about all the time, but it's just a part of baseball lore. It's a part of the Nolan Ryan lore, and unfortunately, it has to be a thing that Robin Ventura has to deal with, Now, I want you to bring up the image of Nolan Ryan. Just go to Nolan Ryan, Robin Ventura fight, and then just click images. Now, see that first one? Just click on that and make it big. All right. So this is the iconic image of Nolan Ryan giving Robin Ventura his head noogies. Now, also, it's wild.
Nolan Ryan's got his tongue out. He's just like...
It's actually so famous that once a year when the anniversary of this comes out, everyone shares like the same memes. Like everyone has like these silly like making fun of Robin Ventura memes. One of the most famous ones is, I'm going to find it because I sent it to Robin once and he's like, haha, why would you send this to me? But the meme is, in 1987, Robin Ventura set an NCAA record by hitting safely in 57 consecutive games. 6 years later, Nolan Ryan would set an MLB record by hitting Robin Ventura in the head 57 consecutive times in one game, right? So there's all these things, and Robin is a great sport about it, by the way. For a long time, he didn't sign this photo. Like he was like, I'm not gonna sign this. Like, it's I don't want to be remembered by it. In fact, here's a quote from the first time I met Robin Ventura. He goes, I've had a great career, and all anyone ever wants to talk about is me getting beat up by Nolan Ryan. Like, it's frustrating for him. I will admit that I am one of the few people that has this autographed by Nolan Ryan and Robin Ventura.
Wow.
But because I feel like this, over the years I have bonded with Robin, and me and him have a nice alcoholic relationship, like we've drank many nights together, we've golfed together, I flirt with his beautiful daughter, like over the years. So I'm like, you know what? I know he's got a good sense of humor. And what do we have nowadays that everyone's panicking about all the time? We have AI. So I decided to do a thing before he came to the show and take this image and have AI reverse it. So Robin Ventura is beating up Nolan Ryan. Some revisionist history. I wanted to make it look like this is how I remember it. This is how I remember it. I remember Robin Ventura getting the best of the Express, which is blasphemy to Texans, blasphemy to Nolan Ryan. And Robin, when I showed it to him and he signed it, he goes, "You're a child." Which he's so right. I'm such a child. But I'm also just such a big White Sox guy. I'm a big Robin Ventura guy. I have been my whole life. And so I was like, you know what? This will be a one of one as far as nobody on earth except Jeff Dye has this Robin Ventura beating up Nolan Ryan picture. My hopes is to get Nolan Ryan to sign it also. So I can be one of the only, because I'm one of like, I think only like 10 or 5 people that has it signed by both people on this one.
Oh, wow.
Plenty of people have that signed by Nolan Ryan, but only like I think 5 or 10 of us have both. So I want to get both on here. And if Nolan Ryan has such a good sense of humor about signing those other ones, I feel like he could sign this and be like, that's kind of funny. You know, like, I don't know, but we'll see. If not, I'm happy with just having Robin sign it. It was super cool. He is the man, by the way. He told so many.
Behind you.
I know. He told so many funny stories too. I was like in baseball heaven, just getting to talk to him. My friends Nikki and Andrew were like, "When is the baseball stories over?" And I was like, "No, they're never ending.
Yeah.
We have 9 million baseball stories." So let's put it in there.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's all right. We'll put it right here. I'm gonna frame it at my house, so I don't need to leave it in the studio. So the point is, Oklahoma was great. I had a good time.
Nice.
Yeah. Yeah, let's try to think if there's anything else to cover. Well, in Tulsa, that is where Sam Kinnison's grave is. And last time I was in Tulsa, I left a pen that I had written some jokes for the last few weeks. And it's not like a dear pen to me, but I was like, yeah, you know what? I wrote some jokes with this. I'll put it on his... And then my buddy Kayvon left a cigarette. It was like, you know, a little tribute to him. Do you know what the story is with Kennison and Mark Maron?
Other than what Mark has said on his podcast.
Yeah, but I don't know what it is. Refresh us, because I know there's some sort of thing with Mark Maron and Sam Kinison.
I think Mark Maron was a doorman at the time at the Comedy Store, and then so he would party with Kinnison and maybe like drive him to like the Vegas Comedy Store, maybe, or something, or drive him around town, or they were doing Blow All Night one night or something like that.
Cool.
If I remember right. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know what the story is. That's why I was just genuinely. And I know you guys think that I want to talk trash about Mark Maron, but I've said this a billion times. I like Mark Maron, and it's unfortunate that this is what our relationship is gonna seem like, because it's not. I want all the comics to whatever. I heard something about him pissing on Sam Kinnison's grave, or he said that he was going to, or maybe it was a friendly joke between them, or maybe it was. If you know this story or whatever, comment it down below. I'm not really sure what the history was, and I feel like Mark referenced it when I was standing around him at the Comedy Store one time, and I didn't really follow, but I felt like I should have already known the story or something, like it was that common, and I didn't.
I never heard that.
Yeah, so I think he said something like, I said I was gonna piss on his grave, and he's like, I never did, obviously, and I was like, you should. Like, I remember like thinking, like, just do it. That's hilarious. What if you get arrested? They're like, comedian Mark Maron arrested for pissing on Sam Kinison. And also, after all the things I've seen homeless people do over my 42 years, no one's gonna arrest you or even tell you anything if you piss on Kinnison's grave. Oh, you might get haunted. That being said, let's get into my weekly crash out about comics shitting on me. Most of the comics that shit on me I've never heard of, and I don't really give a fuck anyways. There's like very few funny people that have shit on me. But some of the funny people that shit on me is Steph Tolev, and I addressed that on the Hard Yarns podcast. Well, I didn't know Ron Funches was going around slandering my name.
What did he say?
He said something like, we could just watch it, actually.
Oh, it's on
Go to
YouTube?
Ron Funch's Instagram. Yeah, he posted it. He did the Maron thing where he took a photo of me from my Wikipedia and then like tried to get clicks off of it. Go to his Instagram, and it's like the 6th down. Oh, no, it's 4th over. So just watch this.
I guess he just put a GoFundMe
For what?
to move to Austin, and so then everybody made fun of him.
He put a GoFundMe, help me move to Austin.
Yeah, I was just like, oh, I seen him at some stuff. He like wrestling, and then one day I was watching a podcast, and he was just talking mad shit about me, and I was just
About
like,
you?
Yeah.
Why?
I don't know.
He doesn't know? Why not
Yeah.
reference what I was saying? He goes, he was talking shit about you, and he goes, yeah. And he goes, about what? And he goes, I don't know. It's like, well, you must have, if I was talking shit, you should now say what I was talking shit about. Because guess what, Ron? I don't remember it either. I don't remember talking shit about you. And if I did, I apologize. But I don't even remember talking shit about you. But okay. You seem to not even know either. But go ahead, Ron.
Bunch of times.
Does he want to do jujitsu?
Oh, I'd love to.
Oh no!
I think that's him saying he wants to fight
like
me.
me. That's fine, but
about
then it's
douchebag
making
right?
me laugh now to see all this stuff go on.
Oh, that's why he's like,
So
I've been really laughing this week. Hey man, it is what it is. I didn't realize that. Hey, I promise you guys, I'll just get a job. 100%.
All right, so
that's a lot of smoke.
Yeah, I know.
In a video, not like smoke toward like literally
it's
smoke.
Called dope as usual.
Yeah.
Like it's like pothead.
I thought they're all like on. There's fire in the room or something.
So.
Oh, your comment's good.
Oh yeah, it did pretty good.
Ron's side of this is as made up as the voice he uses on stage. 320 likes.
Well, here's the thing about Ron. Maybe I did talk shit about him on a podcast, and if I did, that's not very cool of me, and I apologize, Ron. But here's the thing. You were a dickhead to me like 10 times in a row. And then I was like, this guy really has a problem with me. And so one time I sat down with him to watch pro wrestling at this Undertow Comedy Festival because they're like, Ron Funches is upstairs watching a wrestling pay-per-view. And I was like, oh, I'll go watch it with him. We're both comedians. I was all naive. We're both comedians, and I'll go watch wrestling with him. We both like wrestling. And when I sat down, he treated me like the most annoying, like, little brother. Like, he just was rude and, like, standoffish and mean. And I was like, okay, all right. Then I couldn't understand.
Aren't you guys the same age? Roughly?
Yeah, but I was just saying, like, the way you would treat a little brother who's sitting next to you. Like, he was, like, super annoyed that I was bugging him while he watched wrestling. And so I was like, all right. And then at that same comedy festival, every time I was even within like an eye shot of him, he was a dickhead to me.
Oh, wow.
And so here's where I'll take responsibility. Maybe I said or did something when I was an open micer because we're both from the Pacific Northwest. And also, I'm not the same kid that I was when I started comedy. I was trying anything. I was talking about Jesus, and I was being very Republican boy, and I was being very like loud. I also had a terrible drinking problem. We all know about this. So I must have done something that made him not like me. But in 2019, I messaged him after that little scenario at the Undertow Comedy Festival. I said, hey, my man, this is in 2019. What are your plans for WrestleMania? Also, I was wondering if you would like to do my podcast. It seems, even though I don't remember that we must have had some sort of interactions when I was in Seattle, because you mentioned that at Undertow Comedy Festival, can't help but feel like you aren't crazy about me. So let's talk about it. Hope you'll consider it. And just like Steph Tolev, just like Liza Traeger, just like all these people where I try to go, hey, what's going on? Why do you hate me? They just ignore the message. This has been read in 2019 and just been sitting there the entire time. And so it's like, Ron, yeah, I probably went on a podcast and was like, yeah, this guy acts like a lovable sweetheart on stage and then treats you like dog shit when you meet him. You're not a very friendly, lovable, approachable guy, Ron. And that's probably all I was saying. Other than that, I don't have really any beef with you or problem with you. I guess it's just another scenario of me wanting to be friends with someone and they think I'm, oh, fuck Jeff Dye. I'll make more friends by hating Jeff Dye. And so the way you aired it out recently seems like you have an issue with me, and like if we need to address that I talk shit on a podcast, you'd first have to show me where or what I said, because I don't recall it. But if I did, it's probably because you've been a dickhead to me every time I've seen you in person. So that's all it is. And also, I was happy to watch wrestling with you, and I was happy to be your friend, and you don't want to. So, okay, then I guess we're not cool, and it'll be weird every time I see you. But it's just such a strange...
Yeah.
Comedy's fucking dumb.
I don't know Ron Funches.
Yeah.
You know, I like his comedy and everything, but like, it does appear to me that all those like guys that want to be like nice guys on stage have a huge problem with you, and then you're like a bad boy on stage, but then the nicest guy.
Right.
In real life.
I was still willing to just go, want to be friends.
You guys...
I was still willing to be like, let's watch wrestling and be comedians together.
I think you guys should do jiu-jitsu. It would be great.
Yeah, fuck yeah. I don't think he knows what he's signing up for. He lost weight for a month.
It'll be like that picture over there.
He lost weight for a month, and all of a sudden now he's an athlete?
Yeah. Do an AI of you as Nolan Ryan punching.
I know. Isn't your whole thing that like you're not a jock? Like you're like a nerd and you're from Portland, right? You're like the nerd Portland guy.
Well, that's the trap of all these guys. It's like they can't even lose weight to be healthy because then their whole fan base.
What's going on? Now you want to be jock guy who does jujitsu and go, don't put me in a box. Amy Schumer, oh, body positivity, loses weight, goes, don't put me in a box. I could be skinny too. You're like, I don't know, you guys are all lost. What's great is that very few funny comedians decided to trash on me. When I made the list of people who seemed to have a problem with me, very few funny ones. Lori Kilmartin's pretty funny, but she's a terrible lady. Steph Tolev is a very funny comedian, but a terrible lady. Ron Funches, very funny comedian, terrible guy, and the rest of them I've never heard of. The rest of these people were like scouring open micers, piling on, who have had nothing but positive interactions with me. And so, but just it was like, well, maybe this will make Lori Kilmartin think I'm funny. Maybe this will let Jackie Cation open for me. Like, that's all it is. It's silly piling on. And, it's like I said, at a certain point, you get to a place where you just have to go, I guess I don't care, really.
Well, I thought it was funny that all your beefs, quote unquote, with these people could be resolved by you just giving them a guest set at the Brea Improv.
I know, yeah. Well, not Steph Tolev, not Ron Funches, not Lori Kilmartin. Not those guys, but not the people that are funny.
The other commenters that I saw.
Those other commenters don't even know me. They're trying to make Ron Funches happy.
What a mess.
But why? It's not a mess at all. It means nothing.
It's all fake.
It's like I have to, like, after a second I go, it means nothing.
Yeah.
There's people walking around that like tax evade and murder people. They have like secret sex dungeons and they've sex trafficked, or they've taken dirty money, or they have a dog fighting ring. And these guys just walk around going, I don't care that I'm doing evil. I've done nothing wrong.
Yeah, comedy dramas.
Spazzing about Ron Funches smoking pot with a bunch of guys I've never heard of. And then I'm at the airport going, my life is fucking rad. I've got all these people who love me. I've got a ton of money, which is what made the GoFundMe hilarious. So I'm rich. I'm 6'4". I've got great friends. I've got a great comedy career. I'm getting, I'm hanging out with all my baseball heroes, all my wrestling heroes, Joe Rogan. And then I go, but Ron Funches said a thing about me while he smoked pot. It's like, who cares? It's, well, I do care. That's the problem. That's the problem. Not the problem is that I care too much about these things.
Well, stand-up drama is so dumb.
It's kind of fun, though.
It's like, the Housewives stuff. And but then you have to all see each other at night, which is even the funniest part.
I'm at the Lakers game. Yeah. Literally at the Lakers game with Patrick Warburton, who was, Gronk from Emperor's New Groove, which I loved. Craig Shoemaker, the Love Master, who was, been a headliner for 40 fucking years. Adam Carolla, who, had the #1 podcast before Rogan was around. Jay Moore, SNL cast member, Jeannie's husband now, great guy, had multiple sitcoms, multiple movies. I walked in and I'm so in my own little head that I go, did you guys turn on me too? Everyone fucking hates me now in the LA comedy community. And none of them had even heard of it.
Yeah.
They're like, what? And I go, I don't know why I brought it up. It's like we let this, it means nothing. It's just funny that I care. So, let's get positive. Let's do a positive thing. So many people in stand-up comedy are interested in what's going on the stage, what's going on in the drama of the little things I kind of just brought up, or what's going on with SNL, or what's going on with these kind of, that guy from Andrew Schultz podcast, like what's going on between him and his wife. Like these are kind of the popular things in comedy. But we don't talk much about the audience unless we talk about numbers. Certain comics like to be like, there's 9 billion people at my show, and that's why I have a watch that's worth your house and I fly private, is because we only really talk about the numbers of the audience. We don't talk enough about the loyal audience members who come. Like I have these fans that I've made friends. They've become my friends. They started as just people in the audience, and then you go, man, you come to a lot of shows, or I recognize you. Nikki and Andrew out of Atlanta, they were just people who saw me in Tampa at Side Splitters, and we hung out after the show. Then they came to another show. We hung out after that, and now they're just my friends. Nishat was just a girl who came to every show that every comic did. It's not even exclusive to me. She came to a lot, and she's the best. There is a guy in Oklahoma City who comes to comedy shows alone, and instead of like being like embarrassed, like, I came to comedy shows alone, he's proud of it. He's like, no, I love going to comedy, and I don't care that I'm alone, and like I'm proud. Like, and he was at my show last night. He's made a shirt that he wears called Rollin' Solo Deep. And it's like, and it's basically like just him alone, and he's created his kind of own comedy festival. He's a big fat guy, sits in the front, he's hilarious, he's got a great laugh, he loves comedy. And on the back of his shirt, the shirt that's in that picture, he has every comic that he saw that year, and he's going to do it every year.
Oh, that's really cool.
Yeah, and so like just to name some of the comics, I'll try to do it as fast as possible. Maddie Smith, Chad Daniels, K. Trevor Wilson, or William? K. Trevor William? I think that's how it's on his shirt. I think it's Wilson, but whatever. Sam Morrill, Gareth Reynolds, Brian Callen, Josh Firestein, Pete Lee, Giannis Pappas, Patton Oswalt, Harlan Williams, Jason Ellis, Mike E. Winfield, Tim Meadows, Josh Wolf, Rob Little, Gabriel Rutledge, Alonzo Bowden, Corey Holcomb, one that I couldn't see because the shirt's wrinkled, and Colin Moulton. Then Joe
Colin
List.
Moulton.
I know,
I
great.
used to love him,
Deep
yeah.
cut. I like Colin. A friend of mine. Joe List. Then Jeff Dye at the Looney Bin. That doesn't even count this show. This is back in whatever the 9th month is. I don't know what that is. It doesn't matter. Dave Smith, the Are You Garbage Guys, Cactus Tate, Magician Fox, Liz Mealy, Brian Posehn, Greg Fitzsimmons, Small Town Murder, Ian Fidance, Ian Fidance, Ian Bagg, Big J. Okerson, Drew Nickens, Ron Funches, Sam Tripley, Hans Kim, Jeremiah Watkins, Michael Ian Black, and Erica Rhodes.
Nice.
That's all on one shirt. He saw all these people in 1 year. And then he just saw me again. So I guess I'll make, or maybe I'd be on this. I don't know how it'd work. But what a cool guy. And I just wanted to give him a shout out. I love stuff like this. I think this is rad. Gosh, where is it? I wish I could find his name. Give him a proper shout out. Dang it! I'll find it real quick. I don't mind waiting in the time. I want to get his name in here. His name is Loud Laugher on Instagram, and it doesn't have his regular name on it, but Loud.Laugher. Check him out. He's a really nice guy. He's cool, and it made me happy. But I just love anyone that supports comedy like that, and he's made it his whole thing, which I think deserves some recognition. What else should we talk about? What do you got cooking? What's going on with you?
Nothing really.
Nothing? I feel like you've gotten less political lately.
You want me to get more political?
No.
Oh.
I don't want you to get more. I just feel like during the election you were like real political, and then like you made a
Oh, yeah,
comment.
I got completely fooled. Yeah.
What do you mean?
Fooled again.
You're anti-Trump now.
Not anti, but I
Well,
fell for it.
That's how these guys are, though.
No, I fell for it. When they shot him in the head, I was like, oh, this guy's real. He's going to go and like break everything and destroy the whole thing, the system, everything he was saying, I was like, yeah, that makes sense. And then, he's just like every other president.
Right.
So whatever.
That's how that works.
But man, they got me so good.
When you put your hope in Obama, he'll disappoint.
Yeah, but he didn't get shot and blood coming down his head.
I know, but when you put your hope in Trump, you're going to be disappointed. I mean, it's too...
He got me. It was good. It was good drama. I loved it.
Yeah. Well, I think Russell Brand kind of said it best.
If I vote again, knock me out.
You're not going to vote again?
I'm not going to do none of that. I'm rescinding my own.
Yeah, you kind of
break
agree.
my own hand.
I've
before I do that
admitted
again.
multiple times, though, that I don't know much about that kind of stuff.
I got fooled by every candidate that's ever run up until now.
Yeah, well, I'm the common sense comic, which people will go, oh, God, what a thing to call yourself. No, I'm just saying that, like, I'm only smart enough to do comedy about common sense. That's my point. I'm not, like, acting like I'm some genius because of it. I'm saying, like, I really only know the common sense stuff. It's like, Jeff, why don't you do jokes about Palestine and Israel? Like, I don't understand it. I'm too stupid.
That's honest.
Yeah, but when I see a man in a dress, like, I've got some jokes for that because this seems very everyday man common sense to me. I can kind of understand that a guy walking his boyfriend in a leather dog mask is there's some humor there.
It's hot.
Right, there's some humor there. So I don't need to be super plugged in to make a joke about women, women's sports having a guy infiltrate it, So yeah, I guess that's I don't like, even when they had me go talk for Trump, I was like, I don't really know much about this. I know that he doesn't hate America the way the other one's talking about hating America, so definitely vote for that. I think Greg Giraldo used to have a bit where he's like, whichever side's gone, like, I don't like that. How do I vote against whatever those people?
Funny.
Like, he goes, because I can just right away recognize. I kind of feel like other things. I'm kind of easily swayed of whatever the most obvious thing is like what I go
That's
for.
what I'm ashamed about myself. I'm so easily swayed.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God.
Well, I think it's okay to be easily swayed if the things aren't important. Does that make sense?
Well, why? None of it's important. Why do I always think it's important every 4 years? It's not important, and then it's all of a sudden really important.
You might think it's important, though, when you get older.
Nah, I'll be fine.
You don't think so?
No.
Because you'll be like, why didn't I vote differently
I've never once
20 years ago
regretted.
when this started?
No. I always regret, why did I vote for that person?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why
No, you voted for it because it's a lesser of two evils. That's why you did it.
Yeah, but there's no such thing as
You don't
a
think
lesser of
so?
two evils. No.
You don't think that we'd be in a different
They
position?
put a retarded lady against the guy that got shot in the ear on purpose.
Well, and you said that's
so
wrong.
you don't vote for the retarded lady.
Yeah. It is funny, too, that both sides do this thing where you're like, but Obama did the same thing that Trump is doing. And they go, yeah, but like, nobody's perfect.
Exactly. That's why I want to remove myself from all of this.
No, you're smart. Yeah, it's smart.
George Carlin was right.
Yeah.
And I keep forgetting for some reason. But he's like, I didn't vote for this, so I can complain the most.
Right.
He's right.
Yeah. If you don't choose the restaurant.
That's exactly. You
You're
got to
not
bitch about the
responsible.
restaurant. I want to be able to bitch about it.
Yeah, that's great.
Yeah.
You're really smart. Well,
I don't trust myself is what I'm saying.
maybe you reminded me of some old material I could bring back where I was like, but what do I know? I don't vote. You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What we should be doing is just encouraging more dumb people to not vote.
Correct.
Instead of going and voting, just stay home, but then also try to convince a few of your friends who are stupid to also not vote.
100%.
Yeah. Like,
I say we all stop voting and stop paying taxes.
oh, I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
They can't arrest all of us.
yeah, but some of us. They'll freeze my assets. You know, they got me by
Yeah,
the
they will
balls.
get us.
They got me by the balls, Ari.
We're not voting our way out of it,
that
though.
idea.
We're
We got to
screwed. We're screwed.
rethink that idea. Is that one sucks.
We'll just get coffee and then do our normal things, and then it's back. And then it's good.
Yeah, pay me in cash.
Yeah, get cash, pocket some of it.
Some of these people will rob me. I don't know. We're,
How do you audit $36?
yeah, that was another thing I used to say when I was an open micer. Is like all these comics in Seattle who were also open micers. They were like so political. And I was like, you guys don't even pay taxes. Are you claiming the $20 that Terry Taylor just slid you at Giggles?
Exactly.
I don't think you are. You're not even a real citizen.
The envelope I get paid in is thicker than what's inside of it. Yeah.
You like, but I guess it's the opposite idea is what you said is like, yeah, that's why I'm bitching because I don't have to, I wasn't part of this.
Yeah, I want to be not a part of it anymore.
Yeah. Well, we got to figure something else.
It took 33 years for them to successfully do. You know what's great though? What I am optimistic about? It sounds negative.
Yeah.
It used to be you take 50, 60 years of your life, you work every day, you buy into the system, you vote every 4 years, and then on your deathbed you realize it was all fake and you got screwed.
Sure.
But now because of the phone, a 12-year-old, 14-year-old kid knows the whole thing's rigged anyways.
Right.
So I think that's great. All these kids are like, no, I'm not voting. Why would I do that?
That's
this
smart,
whole thing
yeah.
is rigged against me.
It is frustrating. I just am afraid. I guess I'll be honest. Why I was like so against Kamala Harris, or like, because it felt like it was going down this path of like, we need to change the system. And I know it's not popular to admit you like the system, but I do like capitalism. I do like the way our country works. And if they're so pro, like, well, I don't even support the way America runs and it's white supremacy and like we need to break these systems down. Like that did genuinely make me nervous. I was like, well, I don't want a different system. Like, what are you talking about? Like, it's hard enough to figure this system out. And now you're going to create a new one, or you're going to like enter like socialism. You're going to start doing all these things. And like that did.
They're not really socialists though.
That did genuinely make me nervous.
They
and
say
so like
that,
Trump
yeah.
doesn't have any anti-American socialist propaganda, even if, you know, like at least he's not pretending that he's going to do that. And so I liked him better in that way.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Yeah, Kamala would have just been this, but like more annoying things would have been happening. you
Yeah.
know? Like more.
Well, like Mom Dummy,
Like
he just
37
won.
more pride flags would have came out.
Yes,
by
I
now.
don't like that. That's the stuff that I was trying to not
Yeah.
encourage.
You couldn't call Tim Waltz a retard,
Yeah.
but now you can, so it's all good.
Well, so don't you think that makes you happy?
Of course.
Yes. So there's a little
No, I'm just
positive.
kidding.
No, I think that like these kind of like I liked that. That's what I was trying to like vote for. Was
Sure.
like I just don't. Whichever one of you lies to me the best
Exactly.
about liking America, like that's the part that I'm into that. Thomas Sowell has a great quote about socialism where he says, "What exactly is your fair share of someone else's money?" Like,
That's a great line.
Go ahead. Tell me how much you think you deserve of someone else's money. What's your fair share? Like, this is so genius. And so, like, whenever I hear these people talk about millionaires or billionaires or just even, like, the upper class, it's like, what are you talking about? Like, I don't understand. I don't know.
They just don't want to work.
Yeah, that's all it is.
They just want to complain.
They want free shit.
They want free shit, yeah.
And I don't want to be like them.
Yeah, who does?
So I voted for the person that they don't like.
Right.
And that's what victory for me. That's the victory. Who do you like? The person that's annoying me in front of Starbucks protesting because you have to work a part-time job and they won't let you bring your flag in here? What exactly do you vote for? Oh, you're voting for her? I'm voting for the opposite then. Because I just see you and I go, no thanks.
That was one of the top comments on the people last week. They were protesting outside of LAX and nobody could get onto their flights. The top comment with like thousands of likes was like, I'm voting for whatever they oppose.
Yes. Because you've annoyed me.
Yeah.
I saw someone tweeted a meme at me that was like the reverse of mine. And when I say mine, like just one that I posted, I didn't make the picture. But it was a cartoon of like this guy who's in the middle. And there's the Republican side and the Democrat side. And the Democrat side pushes the guy in the middle like all the way to the right, and then he's on the ground and someone's boosting him up on the right side, and then the same person that just pushed him is going, I can't believe you're with them. And it's like, well, you pushed him that way.
Yeah.
You know, so it's just kind of a whatever analogy, and of course everyone is like, you grifting motherfucker, blah blah blah. But then someone gave me like a different one that would be kind of the opposite. And it's a girl checking her phone going, man, these MAGA people are racist. And then it had like this redneck guy who's like, he's like, just you saying that is what is making us racist. And then I was like, yeah, I agree with that. Like that isn't like some satirical funny comic. Like to me, it kind of made sense. I was like, yeah. It does push you a certain way when you're being poked or when you're being criticized or when you're being inconvenienced to be like, I just don't want to be like those people. Take Christianity, for example. Christianity is good. It is the endorsement of love. It is the endorsement of grace. It is the endorsement of forgiveness. However, Christians can be so annoying and judgmental sometimes. They're human. They have sin. They can be intolerant of people sometimes and groups and communities that it makes you go, I don't want to be like them. So you know how you're being pushed away from Christianity by the flawed Christians that are in the church? That's exactly what's happening in politics. You can be pushed a certain way. Now, it's not God's fault. It's not Jesus' fault. It's not the church's fault that there's so many flawed Christians in there. But that is what makes you go, I just don't want to be like those people. I don't want to be judging people for who they have sex with or judging. I don't want to be associated with them. And that's what I do. Just like you said with the protest thing. I see them, I go, I don't want to be associated with that.
Well, that's the whole game. The whole game is divide everyone.
Yeah.
And piss everybody off. So all those like quote unquote, church ladies that would not talk to their gay sons or grandsons or whatever 30 years ago. And now the gay people are like, oh man, I got cast out of my family because I'm gay. Well, now who's casting people out?
Right.
Gay people are casting you out because you don't have 100% views or everything that's right. So they're just doing it back to the other people. Meanwhile, I'm removing myself from both sides.
Boy.
Go fuck yourselves, both
like
of you.
That. Me and you.
I'm going to do my own thing. I'm going to be with you. Yeah.
Yes. Thanks,
and then
buddy.
we'll just have a good time.
Yeah, you're my guy, dude.
We only got 30 years left.
We'll buy some taxidermy.
Yeah.
We'll have some cigars. We'll tell some jokes.
There'll be another pandemic and I'll die in 2 years.
I love you.
I want to just have fun.
I'm with you on this. And Ari's right. The Jews, the politics.
I didn't say that.
These Democrats and these Republicans and these different groups, they're all trying to divide us by any way possible with propaganda, with social media, which is a lot of lengths to go to just so you can fuck kids. You know what I mean? The lengths you're going to just to diddle some kids?
Hey, say what you want. Pedophiles stick together.
I know, but it's not good. It seems like quite a length to go to just so you can fuck these kids.
They're all buddies.
Listen, just fuck some people of age. You know, let's go back to hassling girls who are of age. You know, try to get back in these bars. Try to flirt with these ladies and boys you like who are of age. It's too much work making the tunnels and making islands and shit. It's too much. The kid fucking has to stop.
I think you can get both sides on that one.
You got me and my comedy friends fighting over political ideologies just so you can fuck some kids? It's not worth it. Leave these kids alone. I want to be friends with Steph Toloff.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could get along. Me and Justin Martindale can go down to Pride together and have some hot dogs and run around with everyone waving their wieners.
It's beautiful.
Stop. It's beautiful. Jimmy Kimmel and Adam Carolla can be boys if you just stop fucking kids.
But adrenochrome is so delicious.
Stop seducing us with your propaganda to divide us just so you can bang these kids. Listen, guys.
I think you figured it out.
I love you. Thank you for being here. Big shout out to Ari Azizi and follow him. Thank you for subscribing. Share this with anybody who listens to podcasts, anybody who likes Jeff Dye. I'll tell you some dates that I got coming up. Bring up jeffdye.com real quick. I will be in San Diego tomorrow. I don't think this will be out in time. I'll be in San Diego on Wednesday. So if you're listening to this on, go back up, on December 10th, I'll be at the AleSmith Brewery in San Diego. I think it's already sold out, actually. But then I'll be in the Laugh Factory in Reno, Nevada, December 11th through the 14th. Then on Christmas Eve, I'm having a comedy show in downtown LA at the Upstairs Comedy Club. Ari will be on it if he wants to. I don't know if him and his heathen family even celebrate Christmas. Do you celebrate Christmas, those Persians?
Yeah, I could take a break for an hour.
All right.
Get away from my family.
You'll be on. But it'll be Christmas Eve. You can spend Christmas Day with them.
Thank you.
Yeah, spend it with Jeff. I don't have a family. Then December 26th, the day after Christmas, December 26th to 28th, I'm at the Spokane Comedy Club, home of Sydney Sweeney.
Wow.
Maybe she'll be around. She'll be home for Christmas. Maybe she'll be at the, that'd be cool.
That'd be nice.
And then December 31st to January 1st, which is the whole New Year's Eve and New Year's Day, I'm at Wise Guys Comedy Club in Las Vegas, Nevada. I think Ari's on that as well. And then January 2nd to 3rd, I'm at Wise Guys Comedy Club in Salt Lake City. And then I have dates that just keep going and keep going. I could be reading these forever. Just go to jeffdye.com. Come check me out. Love you, Kayvon. Love you, Nikki. Love you, Andrew. Love you, Nishat. Love you, Josh Nelson. Love you, Ari. And I especially love you, Robin Ventura, and your hot daughter.